I'm wearing pants today.
Recording in progress. All right. Glad you
Nice
guys.
guitar, John. I like that thing.
Thank you. I can't decide whether I like this or the ESP LTD EC256 better, honestly.
They're both good
I
guitars.
go back and forth.
That's tough because they're both good, man.
What's the
They're
neck
both a lot of fun.
profile out of curiosity? Is it like a chunky neck, skinny neck,
No, it's a pretty skinny neck.
somewhere in between?
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Roasted maple. Believe me, if I can get my fingers around it and do stuff, like most people are not going to have a problem.
Yeah,
And I like it
right
because
on.
it's actually kind of shorter, like the actual neck above here. Like there's 22 frets, but it's like with the way this is built, like a lot of it's down in here. So like the actual guitar is actually shorter than most of my other guitars,
Okay.
even though it's the same amount of frets and everything. So it's a lot easier to reach over to here than on some of them.
And it's pretty.
Oh, and it's so fucking pretty.
Nice. All right. Well, some of you guys are involved with the current project in FrankenMix. Technically, the deadline to submit clips is over. We're going to talk a little bit about that. However, we're going to make I'm sorry. The deadline to be a submitter of clips is over. So we don't need more people to sign on now. But you have till Wednesday night to actually get your clips in. And
Oh
then
yeah, I can throw more clips at you.
how many did you already send us, Chris?
Oh, I don't know. I just the drums were just a joke, really. It was just to have something to guide with. I was thinking we were going to have an actual drummer in there at some point.
We do. John Park.
Yeah,
is
I'll have
going to
something.
actually
I'll have
be
something.
drumming.
I just, that's why I'm glad he said Wednesday, because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it this weekend, but
Right on.
like this week I should be able to get some stuff in. And actually I might even be able to do like a synth bass part or something like that in there as well, something fun. But the drums
Nice.
were I was gonna start with.
So normally what we do is we normally we normally set a limit for each submitter to put one clip in. But I didn't really make that apparent in the rules. So if you put up a couple clips, that's okay. I know like Orlando put up a clip, but he also put it up as MIDI. And then like Chris gave us several clips, and then
Those were just word clips, you know. It wasn't anything that I was saying was a final. That's all.
okay, fair enough.
Just
So
to give
what-
some people ideas of here you could play it this way if you did a Latin thing, or you know, just to show them that it could feel completely different with a different beat.
That's perfect. I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
Yeah. All right. All right. So the idea is the clips are going to be coming in through Wednesday. At that point, we're done with submissions. And so what we'll end up with is probably 20 clips or something. And at that point, I'm going to take all the clips and I'm going to try to organize them. And we'll start phase 3 in recording tips with a new post that says, hey, everybody, here's our 20 clips all in one spot. Submissions are over. But go ahead and play jigsaw with this thing. You know, put the clips wherever you want, arrange however you want, build a song any way that you want, and do the mix any way that you want. And I think in doing that, we're going to end up with a bunch of different songs.
Yeah.
You know, they'll all be in the same key, they'll all be in the same tempo, et cetera, et cetera. But you're going to end up with 20 different things. But I think at that point, I'm going to kind of open the floodgate again to say, look, you do not need to sign up at this point because that was for submitters. But here's the things: if you want to build a song and you want to do a mix, great. And in about 4 or 5 days later, we're going to open up a new thread to say, what did you come up with? So everyone will have like 4 or 5 more days to work on it. And who knows how many more people will jump on board. It's not something that you sign up for. It's just open game day. It's,
Oh, we got to put Frank Harley on this one. He's good, man. He can really mix.
yeah, I really enjoy listening to Frank's mixes.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I'll send him a note, man. He'll love this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I know we got a lot of our guys are buried in work right now. And knock on wood, for people who are doing this, like interested in the business of running a studio, God love them. But like Travis is swamped, Brian is swamped, Rahul's always swamped, Adam is swamped. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of people are getting really good being in the group, and I think the other thing is a lot of people are getting recognized for how good they are for work that they've done in the group. So all these guys have done a lot of work with us in the past, and I think that's kind of a cool sign that we're sort of like the nest of fledglings, and everybody's very helpful, but a lot of people that would normally be involved with this are very, very busy. So, all right. So with that, let me show you the preliminary screen share that I got up for this. So my workflow is this. I set up myself a basic drum beat. And let me make sure I'm not blowing you out. Okay, that's 96 beats per minute, and that's me just with a straight 4 on the floor. If you guys are listening to the clips that we've already seen for this, I did record 4 bar lengths of piano. You can see it actually looks like 4 different clips here in piano in red. But I kept the notes high so they wouldn't be affected by a chord progression. And then another clip.
Pretty sure I can sing that line to you.
You're pretty sure you've seen what?
I'm pretty sure I can sing that line to you. I've heard it enough times.
Some octavey stuff, and then I did a little bit of lower. All right, so we have a little bit of guitar work from Brian. Now, I'm not necessarily in agreement with the key that this
I didn't find that track terribly useful.
Yeah, so what I did is I ran it through Shifter, and I kind of felt around and knocked it down 2 half steps. And at that point, it
if you did
seems
some
like,
hard tuning on it, you could get something out of it.
yeah, it seems
I thought the reverb was a deal breaker. It's so washy.
He also gave it to us very much affected.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Then I have Orlando's original synth part, and it's not quantized at all.
No, not at all. That's why I like it.
But he did give us the MIDI file, and I did run a different type of quantize on it and applied it to a different instrument. And with his, it's actually out of sync.
Oh, I see. It shifted there.
Right, because I took his MIDI file and quantized it differently than his
To
audio
like
file.
64ths or something, or 30 seconds.
I think I used 16ths, but I think some of his was not on a grid at all.
No.
And then in this instance, that's all I have loaded up so far. I did listen to, there was another clip that came from Brian, a guitar, but it ended up being the same guitar part that we used in.
I never did get an update on that. Well, I tried to get it a couple times and it was the same track. I did a little guitar thing that I could put out there. I mean, it's nothing. It's just chunk, 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 chunk.
Yeah, I have your files here. I can load them.
Oh, this is something else. I did this a half hour ago. I put my chunks. I put a picture of my current DAW in the in the chat there. I liked the arpeggiator thing, was really cool. Who put that out there? I'm looking at track name. Yeah, it's just so deep and mushy and gone. It's in a sea of that. I was thinking about maybe like a high
reversing it.
pass at 250 to start, and maybe
mean,
try to unreverb it. What's the plugin that can do that?
Deverb.
Yeah, deverb. Yeah, maybe try to deverb it on a thinner sample.
You could maybe reverse it and stretch it out.
I did
make it
that on
into
the
like
vocal.
a pad.
I
Oh,
did
right.
that.
Yeah, we do
Or
have
maybe-
the
There's so little vocal to work with. You just have to kind of.
Yeah.
That's what all the gray is on mine's vocal cut ups.
Oh, which reminds me, one of the questions from, I think from Chaz was sometimes when we do these things, I will tell you one way or the other that if you're in this thing that we're doing, if you're part of this event, can you add one more track, like your personal proprietary track that you don't share, kind of like to glue it together?
My secret track.
Right, it could be anything, like an acoustic guitar part. It might be, a drum beat. It could be more vocals. It could be a guitar solo, like something that you think after building this thing together, there's room for you to kind of do your more magical thing. But I wanted to talk to you guys about that first. I think my inclination is to say, yeah, anybody who's involved with this event should be able to add one track, I think.
Oh, just one.
Let's cap it at one.
Damn it. 1 dozen?
1 billion.
One gross?
Oh shit.
And what might you do if that's the case? Like, we're still waiting on a drum track from John. I just have like a kind of a placeholder drum track in there now.
I'm considering
Talk box.
Ooh,
the vocoder.
that'll do it. That'll fix it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
just
can't
what I
do
need.
with that. Uh-huh.
Maybe
Yeah.
if somebody else plays it, it'll fix it up.
Oh, we got Joe Walsh here now.
Mm, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of different ideas, but you're pretty limited in that you only have so much vocal to break apart. So
Yeah, I haven't heard anything really bass yet.
I
So,
just had the whole notes that I did, but I did do a
right, you do have
chorus.
bass, yeah.
I did do a chorus bass today. That's different.
Yeah, let me share that on screen. So I have not opened any of these yet, and I haven't imported them yet, but I see that you have steel guitar, piano, and then fretless bass.
That's the other guy.
Oh,
That's not my stuff.
I have your stuff somewhere.
Yeah, I see how it is. My stuff is
But that's stuff in the circular file he did.
try trash. Try trash.
That Steve Hershey guy.
Yeah, that's Steve Hershey.
Yeah, I've been as soon as I get them, I've been throwing them into my session, so I have everybody's stuff.
Yeah, I am behind. I am behind in doing that because I know that I'm going to be kind of.
I'm definitely throwing stuff away, and
Not me. I just kind of
taking chunks of, I mean, the tiniest chunks and using them. But yeah, some of this is just like so out from the progression. I can't even get there.
Mm.
But yeah, if you can repair and deverb that acoustic track and post again, that would be super helpful.
Well, I think one of the you bring up an excellent point, Chris. Like the track that's provided, and we'll go back to that other track that we talked about a minute ago, where I actually shifted the key of it
Mhm.
to get it to fit a little bit better. I think part of, we'll say, the fun of doing an event like this is, as a producer or as an engineer, you often do not have control over what people are handing you.
Fact.
And so, like, what can you do to get good results? You had mentioned what kind of like deverb can I use? And I have deverb, and I actually don't find it that effective. Has anybody
Yeah, I
used
haven't heard
deverb
great
effectively?
things out of it. Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah,
had any
never
experience?
anything that was like, oh yeah, that's the track fixed. Never.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it sounds choppy to me.
Yeah,
Anything that I run,
it's trying to do something that's, I mean, come on. Cut deverb a break.
I don't know
That's some
how
hard
to
shit.
explain it.
Is that one of like the cheaper or the free ones? Is that why that's more?
I don't know. Geez, I haven't even tried it in ages because last
Mine would be the free-ish one.
there is a free-ish.
Because it should.
Free-ish.
There is stuff for that in like Isotope RX, but then you are spending a couple dollars.
Well, there's like every so often these things come up like free as like a promo, and they usually, like Isotope's a great example. They'll give you like kind of a hamstrung
A
version
piece of it, yeah.
So like I have Isotope RX, but it's like hamstrung, and I think
Right.
the deverb is part of that. The one that I have.
The SBL deverb from plugins. I never had a chance to actually use it though, because it's one of those like, bailout plugins, and so I've never been in a situation where I've needed to bail myself out of being stupid. So it's basically been collecting dust on my plugin folder. But I mean, I guess it's like one of those days when you need it.
Yeah, it could be.
I feel like I need to be running my effects today.
That's a great sound, Michael. I just love that stuff you got going on there, fella. It's
Need some
wonderful.
more.
Don't
Yeah.
be my dulcet tones, man.
Oh man, when I grow up, I want to sound just like you.
When I grow up,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to
Oren,
stick a
Oren.
flashlight inside your mic. It's the first thing you have to do.
Or I don't know why I don't know why I talked about
don't
growing
be
up.
on the mojo, man.
I know it's
come on,
overrated,
bro.
John.
Come on.
Because we all know you're never going
Don't
to
tell
grow
me
up.
you don't. Don't tell me. Don't be jealous of this nice little red light I got
The
going on.
glowing
Here.
mic.
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
I got it for like $50 on Amazon, so I'm not even.
Yes.
Wow.
Recording to
Oh.
the meeting.
You stole it. You stole it.
I also got from Greg, and I brought it into my own Google Drive and linked it. Kind of a synth track from Greg. I don't know if you guys heard that one.
Is that the arpeggiator?
It has like arpeggios.
This is definitely arpeggiator. What I'm listening to.
Let me see if I could bring it up.
Is it?
And there should be a link, but it'll.
That thing.
Yeah, but I don't know if he would have actually used an arpeggiator to do
Oh, that it's too accurate to not, or it's quantized MIDI or an arpeggiator, one or the other. It sounds like an arpeggiator though.
Greg is terrifying, man. Some of the stuff he can do, he's really good.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Greg Bociek. I don't know how to Bociek.
Yeah, that's the track I'm looking at. It's FrankenZoom.
Yeah. Let me let's see. I know I had it handy here.
Apparently not handy enough.
Right, handy. Define handy.
The problem is I tried to keep the chat out of that group, out of Messenger. I tried to, so that we would just look and see a bunch of files there. But you can do that, and it just never stays organized. But yeah, the stuff from Greg, synthesizer.
Yeah,
I don't know if
got
it's
that.
an arpeggiator though.
That sound here.
The guy
I'll
can
listen
play.
again. It's right here.
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah, that's yes.
Oh, you're not feeding it to the channel.
I don't even know how to do that anymore. I've been around the channel,
Oh, okay.
around the block on that. I got it to work once, but it's some kind of virtual cable business.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying because I'm trying to scroll back through like a bunch of stuff.
Here, let me just blast it, then everybody will hear it. It is this one.
That mic has excellent off-axis rejection, man.
Oh, found it. Everybody stop looking.
Is that rejecting? Or I can turn on the what's the sound for musician? Yep, that's it.
Yeah, he might actually be playing this.
Dude, it's on the money. That's too accurate.
Yeah, no, there's delay there. That's definitely a delay.
I don't know.
But listen to where the notes are hitting on those beats. That is.
Well, it might be
quantization.
quantized, but he may have actually played it.
Yeah, he's probably playing eighth notes and using a dotted eighth delay to make it sound like he's playing more notes than he actually is.
Oh yeah.
I'm
But
listening
it came out
again.
really cool. Came out really cool.
I hear that effect somewhat.
Yeah,
It really sounds like it. Now we have to ask. We have to ask Greg. He has to tell us.
Oh, he won't say.
That might be his secret track.
Yeah, he won't tell you. Yeah.
Greg scares me, man. He's that good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. All right, so I think at this point we've probably got, I don't know, 12 to 18 different clips so far, including who's listened to the vocals from Dan so far.
Oh, what are we talking about? I need to get my thing squared up so you can hear my shut. Because I'm way far into this.
Yeah, I've only got like about 6 of them actually loaded into my DOS so far because I'm trying to organize them as we go. I'm also trying not to get too carved in stone with like setting something up and then get 3 clips after the fact and have to just redo everything. I want to start with all the clips and then start building. And we don't have all the clips yet. So
Well, the vocal is what limits you in that because you only have so much.
well, you know, your secret track can be to add a vocal.
Hey, secrets. Yeah,
something.
you could do that. You could build a vocal out of it, or build a different chorus, or sure.
I'm actually torn because I think one thing that I might do is I might want to add bass that puts a progression in, like B to A to G up to D, or you know, some kind of progression, because a lot of stuff that we're hearing is fairly high stuff. So we get that is one possible idea, like for my secret track. But if you know, as we start getting stuff, you know, that are actual basses or you know progressions.
God, why is everybody hating on my cool guy little bass line? Whatever.
Oh, I don't think I've uploaded.
See, you haven't even heard it. So you keep saying there's no bass, there's no bass. No, I had bass the first day.
Oh, did you? How do I not have it the first day?
Went right in that trash file.
So funny.
Freaking Steve.
It's true.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be any good at this. I'm just a host.
Bass players always take it in the short and
Right?
curlies. We know that.
God,
Yeah.
that's what time it is.
You know, it's like you're
Especially
watching
with Steve.
It's like you're watching a trivia game show and expecting the host to know the actual answers to the question.
Exactly.
No.
I spent years as a bass player, Chris, and I had to leave. It was too much pressure, man.
It's the least pressure.
All right, so let's go down the line. We're talking about limiting everybody to a single track of like a secret track that they can add for their own special mix. Do you think that's reasonable?
It sounds like a lot of fun, man.
You know, it's all in what what folks want to do, I mean, sure, that's more than reasonable, but it's going to be hard to keep folks down to one.
Well,
That's the hard part.
we'll just let Adam Townsend at him. He's like the group bouncer.
Uh,
He shows up at your door. You used 2 tracks on that, didn't you? You gotta pay now.
So I think, do you set the output of your DAW to this virtual cable business? Is that what works? Let's try that. I don't know. I hate jacking with my drivers.
Oh well, the thing that I do is I just tell I tell Zoom to take its input from OBS.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't have OBS running.
Oh, okay. And my OBS is set to my interface.
Sure, I could do it easily in OBS.
Yeah.
I'm not in OBS.
Yeah, it's easiest with like an XR18.
I have an XR18.
Well, there you go.
So he says,
Yeah.
Steve
X-ray.
I
knows the
mean,
tricks.
if I run it straight
You showed
out,
me the
well,
trick
maybe
on it.
that works. Maybe that works. Here, let's see what happens. If I do this, here, let me just play right
Yeah,
there.
That's actually what I'm using.
Yeah, assign it to output 1 2, like this. Like, let me see if I can bring you over on
Show
this.
me output thing. See, that's what helped me.
I understand outputs. Stand by. I think I have this. Just give
all
me
I'm
a
gonna do
second.
is-
How about that?
USB 1 and 2.
What's 1 and 2 you want?
Yeah, it's send everything to
USB
bus
send 1 and 2.
There you go. And then for me, like here's my DAW, but here's my talkback mic, and like my guitar's over here.
But you're sending that to what?
USB 1 linked to USB 2. USB 1 and 2.
How does it keep from looping when you're playing the DAW?
Because I'm not
Oh, hey.
monitoring USB 1 and 2. I'm monitoring main, left, right.
Yeah, I'm monitoring
John
it.
has a point. I need to show you the outputs.
Is that not?
That's what John was saying, and John is right. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, so
The light shone down from heaven. Then I was like, oh, I
there
understand
you
now.
go. So go to XR, go to IO, right? And then
I mean, I have all my USB stuff is coming back on my aux is on 1718 for me.
watch. See how USB 1 and 2 is not channel 1 and 2 for me?
Yes, it's 1718 for me.
Well, it's not even, well, that's not even an option.
What is? Look
Well,
at the bottom.
I'm on USB sends, bro.
Yeah, I'm on USB sends. Go to the bottom. The bottom of that grid.
1718 is an option.
The bottom of the grid is 1718.
Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about destinations.
Okay.
And
You said sends. We're looking at sends.
it looks at 16, 15, 16.
You
So
killing
you
me.
set that up for bus 1 too. Boom, boom, boom.
That's my main left out. I take my mains and run them as the main USB send.
Oh, so
That's
you're all
what
the way
sends
around.
out to my input on my PC and to you. And then the returns come back on 1718 USB. But and that's where your audio is coming from. So if I loop my DAW into that, it would loop everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying not to do.
monitoring bus 1 2. This is strictly what I send out to you guys. That's it. My main left right is not part. It's not. It has no
Maybe I
involvement.
should switch to buses.
So, but anyway, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I've done this. We did this back in the Jam Kazam days. I understand the looping of it all. I just don't understand how to get my DAW inserted into that loop.
Oh, if I bring my DAW comes in on 1718.
But my DAW is using USB. It doesn't have its own channels like that. I mean, I guess I could assign a separate USB and bring it back. Maybe.
Yeah, my DAW is instead of
Try
audio
that.
in 1718, it's aux in 1718. I can send that to main. I can send it to where I will hear it. I can send it to USB 1 2 where you'll hear it.
That's my USB return is 1718. We don't have to waste time on this.
Okay.
It's not wasted. I'm having a great time here. You guys are very
I know
entertaining.
how to do it on a Mac. I don't know how to do it for you.
Oh, Macintosh. Wah, wah.
Hey, it works. I mean, I have you.
Yeah,
I
it
have
always
everything.
works, doesn't it? Right up until the time you get that sad face. And then it don't work anymore.
I haven't had it yet.
Sad face.
Yeah, notice the sad face I have right now?
Hey, my Mac's over there in the corner, sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah.
But it kicks ass when it's time to record. It never fails me.
But Chris, if you ever want to sort that, like sometime, like just you and me,
I'm trying a different thing here
it
right
doesn't
now.
loop. Trust me, you do it this way, it doesn't loop. And if as long as you don't have any other inputs tied up on 1718, and you shouldn't.
I do.
Oh well, but if you do, then you're kind of on your own.
We can talk about that later. I'm working on looping it a different way right now. We'll see what happens. 15, 16. And then said 15, 16 to USB, and
All right,
now.
so what I'm going to do is, hang on one second. I'm going to discontinue the recording here because I think we're done talking about the FrankenMix thing, but we're going to keep the Zoom call going. So
You can do that?
We're good
Whoa.
like that.